Holla at the homie Fat Potna Big Smoke.
Fat Pint of Big Smoke. We are on Holla at the homie, and my question, or what I want to talk about today, is the prison industry the new slavery? Alright, so the intro. The hard truth about the system. The U.S. has had the highest incarceration rate in the world for quite some time right now, too. Are prisons about justice, or are they about profit? And how the system is designed to keep people locked up and not to rehabilitate them. I might know a little something about this, right? Okay, so the history from slavery to the prison system. 13th Amendment loophole. Slavery was abolished except as punishment for a crime. Convict leasing. How former slaves were criminalized and forced into labor. I might know a little something about that as well. Now, how Jim Crow laws and the war on drugs targeted black and brown communities. I might know a little something about that. The businesses of mass incarceration, private prisons locking people up for profit, prison labor, companies making millions while inmates earn pennies, and the role of judges, policy, quotas, and harsh sentences in keeping the system full. Now, so it's no secret that I didn't go to college, but I did go. You know, I didn't go to Penn State, but I did go to the state pen. I think my first job, I was a porter, and I was forced to do that, and I got nothing. Then I had some other job where I was making like 6 or 8 cents an hour. Then I got a great job in prison. I became a painter, and I was making a whopping 37 cents an hour. You had to pay. See, what you got to think of is, in prison, they're only paying the guards, and they're paying them to babysit. You can kill each other and all that, and they're going to fill out a report. They have free staff, which do stuff like watch the people that work in the kitchen or give out the medicine or stuff like that. I had a free staff guy that taught us how to paint, and we would paint. Anytime that things that, needed to be done, they weren't going to pay somebody else to do it. They were going to have the inmates do it for cheaper. So I know how much it costs to paint stuff on the streets now. What we were getting paid to do that type of work was nothing. So who's being targeted for this justified slavery, right? School to prison pipeline. How young kids, especially minorities, are being set up early. I was very young and went to jail, juvenile hall, but I kind of don't want to say nobody set me up. I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing, and that's how I ended up in there. Mandatory minimums and 3-strike laws. Who do they really punish? Now, that right there, so when they were bringing the 3-strike law, I think most people that were voting for it to be a yes thought that they were saying, if this person gets caught doing, 3 major crimes or whatever, then yeah, you probably should be sentenced to life. I don't even agree with that. I feel like anytime you go to jail and you do your time for whatever they gave you, when you come back, that shouldn't even be held against you. You should get charged every time for everything you do, and your history should not have anything to do with it. But what the 3 strikes law was, it was 2 violent offenses, and your third could be anything. So technically, you can go to jail for stealing a Snicker bar, and you'll be looking at 25 years to life, and they could tell you something like, hey, since you're looking at 25 to life, we're going to give you we're going to offer you 15, and if you don't take this 15 years for stealing the Snicker bar, then you're going to get the life sentence that you're looking at. Okay. The probation and parole trap, how the system keeps people under control. Definitely, I definitely know something about that. You go to jail, you never been, or you've been once or twice. They tell you, hey, you can get out on this probation if you just plead to this, whatever, woo woo, and then for 5 years you can't make a mistake. Like people go to jail on probation, not for breaking the law, but for infractions. I have a homeboy that had went on the run, never got in trouble for about 5 years, but he was on probation. He was on probation. When they caught him, they turned his probation into state penitentiary time and gave him 5 years plus whatever else he was looking at. Let's talk about breaking the cycle and finding solutions. Understanding the game so you don't fall victim to it would be number one. You need to know the laws. You got to. The importance of education, legal awareness, and economic independence would definitely be helpful for you. So, a lot of people don't vote, but voting has something to do with this too. You listen to people and see who seems like they're going to cater to the needs of what you need or what your area needs. You know what I mean? The place that you live. Not just talking about the president. I'm talking about like city councils and things like that. You have to stay going, knowing what's going on in your area and stand up for some type of cause. What can be done to fight against mass incarceration? Well, I know something that you could do. You cannot break the law. I know this sounds crazy coming from me. I'm in a position to where I can't afford to go to jail, so I follow the law pretty much. I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm not perfect. I might have a peanut butter payday. I might have a chocolate covered payday at the job that I didn't pay for, and I'm not going to tell who gave it to me. But thank you. Appreciate you. Anyway, my final thoughts and my call to action. Is prison about justice or just modern day slavery? I feel like what they're doing is when they catch us do something, when they send us to prison, the amount of time, I got more time for selling drugs than what some child molesters got, and it wasn't their first offense. You know what I mean? And then they had soft, cushiony jobs. When I was out there, man, trying not to get paid in my perm. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, why staying out the system is the ultimate power move? Well, I get to move around. So I'm not a parole, probation, or nothing right now. I get to move around a little differently than people that do. I remember being on paperwork, not that type of paperwork on like the sense of parole or probation. And my parole officer could tell me who I could be around. I got loved ones that's in gangs and all their family members are in the same gang. And so since their family members are gang related and on parole or probation, it's illegal for them to be at family functions because there are other people there that are on parole. That's crazy. And the challenge, what are we doing to keep our people from falling into this trap? Well, I don't know what you can do. If a person, so in California, I know that you better break the law. You better. My wife was saying moving back to the neighborhood where I'm from, a 2-bedroom duplex was $2,500 a month. And I make $25 an hour in a place where my 1-bedroom apartment is $700, right? I make more money than people in California, and their rent is 3 to 4 times mine. So if a person was living by themselves and had like a 1 or 2 bedroom, they wouldn't be able to take it. They wouldn't be able to do it. And if they had a family of 5 or 6, they would have to work, and their wife would have to work, and then they probably have to do a little mixing it to fix it, if you understand what I'm saying. So we live in some hard times. A lot of people gonna risk it to make it. You know what I mean? So it kind of seems like the bar set so high that you have to cheat to succeed. And if you get caught cheating, they're gonna whoop your tail. You know what I mean? So do I feel like jail is the modern day slavery? I do, because I sat in somebody's cage for a few years, and I don't think I was making $40 a month, and I was going to work every day, painting, scrubbing walls, cleaning shit up off the walls, doing things that most people wouldn't want to do out here for regular pay. So it is what it is. This is your Fat Pound of Big Smoke. This is Holla at the Homie. And on this episode, we just discussed if prison is modern day slavery. The answer is yes. Yes, 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 yes. I'm up out of here.